Then like I will start a new One Life Ironman mode. I had an idea to start a normally mod One Life Ironman mode run, and I'm doing it. I already have a run going where I allow myself to use the debug console to spawn a lot of stuff. So I'm starting a new run, One Life Ironman mode, a normally mod One Life Ironman mode. And for this run, I will allow myself to spawn in the good Psy Helmet as the only thing from the debug console. Other rules: fast travel allowed, trade export, buy sell back export allowed, and game setting changes. Okay, so so the 7 years old now, still in great shape, weird shape. I made a video recently, a short, doing my commentary. There's something called the halo effect, which means people are beautiful more likely to be perceived. Meaning, if somebody listens to a beautiful person talk, they're more likely to be believed. So people will assume that a person who's good looking, in psychology called the halo effect, are more likely to be truth tellers, just to be telling you the truth as to tell you something. Um, and I thought about it. I don't think it's a bad. Okay, I don't think it's like inaccurate that people assume they cannot project a good character, moral virtue, and truthfulness onto people that are attractive. But in psychology, something called the halo effect, where people are good looking, like fit, handsome, beautiful, are more likely people see somebody talk that's beautiful. They're more likely to assume that the person is speaking the truth as they're talking to you. That's called the halo effect in psychology. You can also Google the power of good looks or search the halo effect. Okay, if you want to read about this yourself. And I do believe that it's not just inaccurate, that it's like a misperception. I do believe I've analyzed that, and what I think is this, and I've taught this for years. I believe that being ugly, you're more likely to be a wicked person. So I do believe that people are beautiful and more likely to be good people compared to the average person. Why? Because if you're beautiful, you don't have to lie, cheat, steal, play Machiavellian games, dirty games to get what you want in life. See, you're less likely to easily have success without having to cheat. See, so in the same way, a person who's ugly, dumb, talent lacking, out of shape, fat, ugly, low IQ, they're more likely to have to play dirty games and cheat to get what they want in life. So I believe there's some truth to the halo effect that is legit. That people that are good looking, it's easy for them to get what they want in life. If that's employment or mate or friends, then they're less likely to have to lie, cheat, steal, play dirty games to get what they want and be manipulative. So I do believe there's a connection between being ugly, dumb, just being a low-powered individual. There's a power in a high IQ intelligence. There's a power in being talented. There's a power in being in shape and good looking. And if you have that, you don't have to lie, cheat, steal. Like for example, there's a lot of like spirit mediums that are called man. They lie, they can talk to your dead grandpa, something like this. And a lot of them like pattern recognition. Also, a lot of them are kind of like ugly, fat, and such like this. Same thing with like somebody like me can build an audience based off of being charismatic, handsome, intelligent, multi-talented, with a six-pack, competent, and be available to people by what I'm doing. See, so it's like I don't have to come up with a story. I got abducted by Bigfoot to get attention. See, so human need attention, significance. Meaning, it's like you're more likely to feel special and get attention, to lie if you can't get attention. So a person who's attractive, they can get attention just by showing themselves to you. And that attracts eyeballs. Just being a handsome guy in your thumbnail or it fit with a six pack, that gets people's attention. See? So you don't have to lie, cheat, steal, do something bad if you're looking for attention. Now with me, being autistic, I have attention aversion, understand, and social anxiety, which is something I've had to grow and work to improve to where I can do public speaking live in front of big audience at all times. So naturally, with autism, it's like the social anxiety. I've had this where it's like I don't like people paying attention to me and looking at me. It's like social anxiety. If you're a person with social anxiety in the room, you're more likely to like try to blend in and feel uncomfortable when people pay attention to you. Okay. So that's another thing where I've had to kind of learn to be able to deal with attention, okay? And I don't really feel like I need to get it. Okay, so I can effortlessly get our attention just by being who I am. So anyway, it's the point. We had some little wicked coward loser in the chat that also come and talking trash in the chat. But I had a better name with it. I'm blocking a coward loser. So there was a coward loser coming into the chat. But I hate a comment to get him blocked. Okay, maybe come back over the balls to leave hated comments over the internet as a keyboard warrior uh, without having negativity. Okay, so anyway, the halo effect, analyze the halo effect, Mike's our commentary. There's something in psychology called the halo effect, where people are more likely to, if a beautiful woman or handsome man is talking, people are more likely to think that they're speaking the truth. So people are more likely to just perceive people that are beautiful as more honest, having a higher character, being better, more. That's called the halo effect. And I believe there's some truth to it. Why? Because people that are attractive have an easy time to get what they want without lying, without playing dirty games, without being Machiavellian and scheming, which means you're statistically an attractive person is less likely to be a person of low character, like super low. Because the less likely a fat person might have to like get into to get attention, to get friends, to get what they want in life, to have to lie, cheat, steal, deceive, play dirty games. Then a person is attractive doesn't have to play dirty games to get ahead in life. Okay. So I think there is some truth to it. Now, anyway, speak of which, cheating. Okay, I'm gonna play anomaly mode, stalker, anomaly mode, which one of my favorite games, anomaly mode. And for most of the time, I've had several runs. Okay, and this is one of my favorite games is anomaly mode. And there's this difference as I like to set the rules before starting a new run. Okay, and run means I used to call it playthrough, but that's inaccurate, and I changed it because playthrough typically implies some people do gaming content that are gonna finish the main storyline. They're gonna like play it from the beginning to the end and like beat the game. Okay, as a playthrough, like play through the main storyline. So it's more accurate to call it a run. Okay, and with anomaly mode, so I've owned the three base games: Stalker, Call of Chernobyl, Call of Pripyat, Clear Sky, Shadow Chernobyl on Steam, and I bought them on a sale. It was like too cheap not to buy it, kind of. I think it was a sale where it was like maybe $5 or $8, $7 or something like this for all three of them. I remember I bought them on a sale and was kind of surprised at how cheap they were. So I own the three base games, Stalker and Shadow Chernobyl, these three base games. This mod, which is a standalone free to download, free to play mod, is based off of the original games. And it's similar to another one of my favorite games, Napoleon Total War, with Darth mod, okay? And Darth mod made the game so much better than original. This is Anomaly mod, which is a mod for original games. So I played the original games, and after getting into playing modern, this is my current favorite mod. Okay, this is my favorite mod, Anomaly mod, and it makes it highly customizable. The gameplay, the mod adds some weapons, some new gear and stuff. And speak of cheating, so this happened a few times where I started a new run, One Life Ironman mod run, and I let myself spawning some stuff, give myself some money. The debug is like the cheat console. You can open up the debug console and spawn in gear. You can give yourself money, gear, weapons, ammo, things like this. And I kind of enjoy like the grit of the brutalness of like one life without the cheats. Okay, so for a lot of my one life, I've made more runs. I don't use debug console. So the new debug console rule for this run, and the rules are in the description. I will read it. Run rules, debug, one time to give Psy Helmet. Game setting change allowed, traded by Psy export allowed. So debug console, I will allow myself to give myself one item, and that's the Psy Helmet, which gives Psy protection against environmental Psy radiation, you could call it. And without the Psy Helmet, there's certain areas of the map that I can't access. And with one life armad mode, to get the Psy Helmet, you had to play a quest, which I remember it's like it's easy to get bugged, where you can get it so that somebody dies there's a bug and you can't get this item. So I don't feel that's that cheaty. Okay, I'm gonna open up the debug console as I start a new one and give myself one Psy Helmet, and that's it. And then I'm gonna end and restart the game. So when you start the game engine, you have like a settings screen before launching the game, and there's a box debug, and you can click it or unclick it. So start this new game. I'm gonna click the debug, start a new one, spawn in a Psy Helmet, save my game, end the game, and restart it and unclick the debug there. So you're witnessing the start of a new one here, another one, Stalker, another one, and see how long I can make it this time. So speaking of cheating, with some skill, I don't have to cheat to be able to survive several hours in the zone. And I will allow exploits, okay? What I mean by exploits, I have discovered certain tricks that don't count as a cheat, but I call them exploits. So an exploit, a cheat would be if you're playing a game, it's like you type in cheat codes and they give you something. An exploit would be you discover a tip trick in the game that is not cheating because it's something you can do in the game. Like for example, if there's like a certain like a fence in a video game, then you can't get over it, okay? But if you like you crouch down and then hit the right button, if you kind of like you like glide through and you're in this area that you're not supposed to be able to be in or something like this, that's an export. That's not a cheat. The cheat would be you buy some cheat codes so you can walk through walls or something like this. An export is like you discover a little trick that it's like you can do this. Like if you move this crate jump up to it, you can get on the roof of this building that you won't be on that roof because you can get into an area with less time. It's almost like speed running type of tips and tricks. And speed runners are people like discovering things like this. It's like hidden ways to get advantage in the game. And most of the advantage would be to like quickly get from here to there. So I will allow exports and game setting changes. So one of the things, and this is, it doesn't feel like cheating. So in the game, I can open up the game settings and make game setting changes. So for example, original, some of the AI might be just too accurate, okay? And with one life IRONMAN mode, like for example, possibly once the moment killers start hunting my ass and I'm over at Skadov. So there is a one of my favorite places in the game is the Skadovsk, which is a hangout for free stalkers. Loner. I play as Loner faction. 99% of the time I play this Loner faction. It's my favorite faction. And for one life Ironman mode once, other people to get into this game, you can learn some stuff too by watching my gameplay and what I say. Okay, now a lot of times when I play, I'm not talking that much. Okay, now here's the point. Once get into Skadovsk, with an normal mod one, I noticed that it happens that the Skadovsk starts getting assaulted by Monolith, which is a hostile faction. Okay, faction means like it's different teams, and I'm Loner. Okay, Free Stalkers Loner, and the logo for the Loners is the radiation symbol. Okay, and it's like patches in the game. Um, Now, when getting to this Skadovsk as a player, it kind of activates, and there's Monolith to start making the way to the Skadovsk to assault it, okay? So it comes under attack. A lot of times if I get to the Skadovsk, it doesn't take long until you head down from the distance that gradually becomes closer and closer, and then they're at the doorstep and you have to shoot Monolith, okay? And the Monolith, a lot of times these NPCs start killable in the Skadovsk. They can give you quests, okay? So if I wanted to be like story mode and like completionists do the main quests, I would have to be in a hurry to take the quest and finish them before the monoliths start coming because eventually the monolith, like they always end up killing Crab and Garmado, whatever his name is, they're hanging out at a table in Skadovsk. And they kill them. So some NPCs can't be killed, some traders, which is good. Which if I can go to like a trader, I can shoot him like 600 times in the head and he doesn't die, okay? And he's an important character. It's like that trader is something. So it's good they made it immortal so it doesn't actually die. Then it's like, oh, that kind of breaks the game. There's supposed to be a guy you can buy stuff from here, but he died. So they kind of, and a repeatable quest that they can give you. Like hunt mutants, cow hunting, get rid of the mutants. So if that guy died, there'd be a certain quest you couldn't take, and you can buy and sell on its own. So anyway, it's a point. I will game setting changes to make my bullets cause more damage and NPCs bullets cause less damage to me, and also lower their accuracy. And it's not to the point where it feels ridiculous; it makes it more realistic. And possibly vanilla, the standard setup of not the game, it's too hard. Okay, where for example, if I get to the Skadovsk and the Mondet come and they have uh, the ray gun, the gas gun, with the accuracy, I might get one shot of it, and just boom, and you're just dead. I'm saying. So with one life armor mode, it doesn't feel like cheating because certain game settings I will change, or at least to some extent compensated by the extra hardness of one life, playing one life armor mode. So one life armor mode means for this game you don't have to play like that, and I'm gonna use one life now, is I can save my game. I can play 3 hours now, save my game, and then reload it and keep playing tomorrow. Now, if I die, the game deletes all my past save games, so it's permanently game over. Which means if you die one time in this game with this mode, it's permanently game over. So it's like normally you can play, save, if you die, reload the last save. With Iron Man mode, one life Iron Man mode, if I die just one time, it's permanently game over. If I spend 30 hours playing this game. The first time I die is probably game over, and I have to start a new run if I want to play the game. So, here we go. Gonna start a new Iron Man mode run after making some changes to the game settings here. Here we go. So, I have autism, and one of the difficulties the autism gives me is sensitivity. So commonly correlated with autism diagnosis are sensitivities. And having autism 1, I do have sensitivities. Sensitivities auditory and visual, which means I'm sensitive to bright lights. And it's not just bright lights. I don't find the sound that annoying. So candle, it's not just the lumen strength. So candle, photo, the strength of light is measured in lumens, okay? So it's not just the luminous strength. The sun can be really bright and it can be out of the back of the sun. I don't feel that bothered by the sun. Okay. Natural light, like candle light or the sun, or the type of incandescent light bulb like the Edison bulbs, which is why I buy Edison bulbs for my home. And it might get time to buy some more one because the last one broke. Which is why you see it towards the night. If I just really here, it's dark, or I have this LED light behind the laptop screen makes it less annoying. It's like indirect light at least. Anyway, I got sensitivities, and uh, I don't like to wear sunglasses if I'm from a computer screen. So the worst ones are fluorescent lights and LEDs, and incandescent light bulbs not as bad. And computer screens are like LEDs are kind of annoying. So both on my phone and my laptop, I'm wearing sunglasses a lot of times as I'm watching, look at the screen, and use the night light filter to make the screen less blue and turn on the brightness as much as possible while still being able to see what's on the screen. Now I turned the night light filter down by like 10% to 90 because I know playing this game it can be a little bit hard to see things with the night light filter on. So I got my yellow tint sunglasses here. Go to 80. And we'll start a new Iron Man mode 1. So this is part 1. Part 1. Loner faction. Yeah. So I'll delete the saves from the previous one because I didn't die yet. And this was 3 lives. 3 lives, 3 day life per enter. And this one will be 1 life. And I'm starting at Rookie Village. It's the same formula. There's like a certain way that I play the 1 life army mode, and it's like 90% the same every time. So here, army mode is a feature that removes your game saves upon death. You are free to make as many saves as you wish, but time will result in removal of all saves made with this character. 1 life, which means the first time I die, it's permanently game over. Story mode, accessible sword. And this is quite important, more important if you don't allow the export that I do. So there's an export with the game setting changes that I have, where it's a little bit too brutal for my liking, the economy in the game. So the mod makers, they might have made it a little bit too brutal, where it's like things are very expensive to buy. It's very hard to get money. And even if you work hard to loot, you get very little money for what you got to trade with. So it can take a long time to get some money in the game. So anyway, one of the exports I discovered with the game setting changes make an economy. With the game setting, it's like a slider, it's like sell to trader, getting more money for some stuff and having to spend less money to buy stuff. There's an export for certain traders. I can buy and sell things back to them. So that's an export I discovered. Where the scientists at Yalta, the bunker Utah, for example, if I go there and I buy a suit from them, let's say it costs 20,000 sell it back, it's like 35,000 Buy it again for 20. you sell it back to the same trade right away for 35K. So you buy 20K, sell it back for 35K. Rinse and repeat. And I click, 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 sit there and click, click, click. Okay. And eventually it's like, I got a million. Okay. So that is an export that I know about and can use. Another exploit is there is a repeatable quest that some traders will give you, and it's mutant hunting, like herd culling or mutant hunting, get rid of the mutants. And there's a guy at Skadovsk that will give you that mission. It's a repeatable quest. So it's like you can take it once, you can take it again later on. And basically somebody pays you to go kill some mutants, so some dogs or some boars or something like this. And it's like, do you have any mission for me? Yes, kill the mutants. Take the mission. And it might be super far away. And then the normal way to do it is you run over there, kill the mutants, run back, get the reward. Now the export is I take the mission, go to sleep, wake up, do mission update, okay, you go collect the reward. Because there was a mission when you were sleeping, there was a mission which kills the mutants. And it's like, oh, I paid the guy to kill mutants. Mutants are dead, even if you didn't kill them. It's like, okay, and you can collect the reward. So you can take the mission, go to sleep. It's the mission when you sleep, and it depends on your settings, how frequent the missions are. And then go collect the reward. That's not export. And that works no matter what the economy settings are. The thing is how frequent the missions are. That changes like how powerful that export is. So here we go. I mean, I could get the SVT-40 if I wanted to, and use that to clear the military for some early game loot. Does it have the PU special scope? If not, what's the point of having it? Because if I'm looking to snipe the military, then it might take some time to get the PU special scope. But you know what? It might be better just have a pistol. A lot of times I get the MP5 with the 8 call sight for it. Now maybe it's better if I do it like this. So the question is, do I want to allow the trader export buy sell back? Okay, there you go. I was thinking about maybe I changed my mind and don't allow the trader exploit. Might be more fun and more of a challenge. It'll take longer to get the wealthy client achievement, heavy pockets, wealthy client, where you get a million views. That unlocks an achievement, and the advantage of that achievement is, so basically there's an achievement where, like a perk, if you get to a million views in your inventory, there's an achievement, the wealthy client, heavy pocket, whatever achievement, and that makes traders have more rare exotic loot, like novelty, like higher tier loot becomes available. So to you. Now you know what? I'm deciding that I'm not gonna use the export. Yeah, yeah. So it's gonna be even harder than last time. Traded by sell export, not allowed. So just one word makes a big difference. And then not allowed. So I was thinking as I started this, I was like, I'll let myself use the buy sell back export, which is kind of like a pain in the neck to get to some money, at least initially. But you know what? No buy sell back export. So it take longer. It'll be more of a grind to get money and more dangerous, harder to make it because you're most vulnerable when you're a baby, like a fresh spawn a baby. Okay, because it's one life armor mode. So the first time I die is permanently game over here. And right now I'm like a little baby, like a spring chicken. I got like a coat that is spawning, like a coat and a backpack, no armor, body armor, serious armor. I think the jacket that I have spawned in with might have just like a little bit of protection effect. But it's not enough, okay? So it's very easy to die with the storing gear, especially if you fight in the military. They have high tier armor, and they're highly armed and armored, okay? So they have high tier armor and high tier weaponry, and they have 545 by 39 rifles and 762 by 39, which can defeat level 3A body armor. And my current level body armor is like level 1 or zero point 0.5 or something like this. Okay. So it's easy to die until I get some high quality armor. That makes a big difference. And the suit that I go for, that I'm working towards getting, is the Champion of Freedom suit, which after, wasn't before, but I think after getting the wanted client heavy boss achievement, becomes available at the trader at Yarrow Station, UP Yarrow Station. And that's sometimes is what I'm the first one of like the first goals that I'm working for after the run is to acquire the Champion of Freedom suit. Later on, upgrading it at the Skadovsk. And here's another little trick about if you're doing a one life Ironman mode or just playing Ironman, especially for one life Ironman, and especially not going to use cheats, is to pick loner faction because once you make it to the Skadovsk, there's a trader that can perform all three tiers of equipment and weapon modifications. Where normally it can take really long time to be able to have a technician perform all three tiers. You go to a technician, and every technician will have a quest. You have a job from me. Yes, get the basic toolkits, and it can take a really long time until you find the basic toolkit somewhere. Go back, give it to him. Now he can perform like tier one modifications. And then it's like a new task. You have some job. Yeah, get the advanced tools and like expert tools. So it can take a really long time until you have a technician able to perform all three tiers modifications for you. Now, if you start with loner faction, plays loner faction, you make it to the Skadovsk ship. That technician, without giving him any toolkits, a normal model, can perform all three tiers modification. And that might not be true for the vanilla. So, here we go. I just spawned in, and then I will give myself the Psy Helmet, and that's it. Quest. This. Okay. Now, if you look at the bar ballistic resistance, it's almost nothing. Now after this, I'll make some game setting changes. And changing the settings to make things a little bit easier. doesn't feel that cheaty because it's not a cheat, it's game theory changes. But it feels even less cheaty as I'm playing One Life IRONMAN mode. Same thing if I allow fast travel, PDA fast travel. A few rounds I've had it be fast travel as a rule not allowed, which means I had to get the dedicated, like an NPC, a guide to be able to fast travel. It's like, take me here and you pay it and you fast travel somewhere. If I had fast travel allowed here, that also feels less cheaty because I'm playing One Life IRONMAN mode, which means it's kind of brutal. You can all die once and it's probably game over. So I could have the fast travel to visit it only. Think about it. Visit it only. Okay, so we have that to visit it only. So the visit only, which means I'm still gonna have to haul ass and discover the locations and visit them to discover the location and then I can fast travel. So I'm picking that. Hey. I'm just gonna hang out here for a while. It's more or less a safe spot. And I'll take the break, go to the kitchen, have some coffee, put on some music. So initially here, I'm extremely vulnerable due to my starting gear. So starting out, so I kind of like the grind. It's like the more the harder the struggle, the more glorious the triumph. So it is kind of more enjoyable. It's like it becomes less fun cheating a lot of time, and part of the how there is something to like the grind of like working hard and like being on your toes. That is like it's dangerous and hard to survive and working hard to get some money and stuff. So it feels better once you hit the achievement, heavy pox achievement, if you didn't use cheats to get there. So as a matter of fact, this time I will not allow myself to use the even the buy sell back exploit. Okay, so it'll be a grind to get to a million roos. So that's the first like goalpost to get to is getting a million roos to get the wealthy client heavy pockets achievement. I think it's either heavy pockets or wealthy client. But once I get to root, there is an achievement. And a benefit of that achievement is not just for boasting rights or stuff like this. It's it has an effect, like a perk. But once you get a million roos in the game, it's like you just unlock this achievement. And that achievement makes traders have higher tier loot available in the inventory all over the map. We normally would have to max out relations with the faction, get the highest reputation with that faction to have these things in there. So that's the first. That's the first step. That's the first goalpost. That's the first thing I'm aiming for is getting the achievement there. And let's see if we keep it like this. There's so many ways I can have this. Can have it like this. No blocks here. Try it like this. I hate misclicks. But diamond. game just crashed. I'm gonna try a different resolution. Settings. Let's try 800 times 600. See how that works. It gets more grainy. So a big part of being accurate with guns in this game is about getting the everything locked in. It's like getting everything dialed in, like the resolution, the mouse sensitivity settings, the field of view, FOV, and things like this. And I'm gonna try it here. But everything is a lot bigger here. Do I like it like this? I'll try it a little bit. Change my mind and change it.
Здорово, рад. Так, что интересует?
En vinka och dish. Morfinäta. Band-aids. Get some raw ones. RGO 28. 504. It's 2 bags. Band-aids. This one is good too. You do. I had to sell something else. Sell the batteries. Okay.
Ты вот
I'll put the band-aids. F1. F2. F3. Now if I wanted to, I could try to. Know what we're gonna save and try to change the back. It got a little bit too grainy with this resolution. We go to 1280, 720. Got a lot sharper. Yeah, it's not sharp enough. There's some beauty here. This will cost me some money. and can run back after doing some building here. Run back to the trader shop and stuff. And especially here at the beginning of the game. There's a lot of things that can really improve my survivability, like having medical supplies. That morphine antidote itself, it gives you a damage protection patch.
Ну, так, что интересует?
I mean, I could buy this, keep Paris, no, not yet. More band-aids might be good. Or these. This is too expensive. 2, 4. Can't afford it. Okay.
Ты боишься? Сон нас ведет. Увидимся.
Soybeans. And I can go from here to here. It's going to be over here. And I can go to the next trader at the abandoned farm, old farm, whatever it's called. So this will be the first gunfight in this one. 1, 2, 3. You know what? Better than you do. The basic Porsche, I don't think he's alone. Look at these guys. That's a good guy, the bought the P99. one of the good things is good power 9x19 in a small package that's light. Weight matters a lot in this game because having a low weight loadout makes it easier to make money because you can pick up more loot. So there's a limit to how many kilos you can kill on a person. And the more kilo weight you can pick up, the more money you can make. Okay, so on a loot run, it happens quite frequently that it's like you're over encumbered. You picked up too much stuff, you can't move, and you have to drop stuff. And that stuff you have to drop, you could have sold it for money. So having a low weight loadout, weight is an important factor in this game. So having guns that weigh little and gear that weigh little makes a big difference. And this is 9x18, like this strange, weird Russian pistol caliber, 9x18. And I like to use 9x19 Parabellum, 9mm weapon. But this is my starting gun, so I don't have that much. Of a choice. It's got a double barrel shotgun. 92F. This is in decent condition, so I can actually use that, unload. And the worse condition of a firearm, the more likely it is to jam. Then your gun jamming or gunfire is bad news. And if it's not an issue, it becomes bad news once you see you died. Okay. So here goes loot. One of these rounds I kinda got tried something wild and that's trying to take the military checkpoint. So that, oh shit. Oh okay, see. Now I didn't die, but I was spooked there, so I wasn't expecting him. So that's my companion. And he comes up the stairs and it's a friendly fire incident. So I'm gonna have to load and start over. Now since I didn't die, if it would have been me that died, it would be game over. But since it was me that died, I can reload the save. And that happens sometimes. You get a PID report, which is positive identification. Because a lot of times it can be hard to tell who's a friend or foe. Friend or foe PID is important because if you shoot a friend, that changes your stat, your faction, it lowers your reputation. And it can even happen that after you accidentally kill a person who's on your faction, you will come under fire by friendlies, or ex-friendlies. So, quite a lot of getting back. I guess I could change the settings so it automatically saves every 10 minutes. I end up forgetting to save. Autosave. There's supposed to be a setting somewhere. Autosave. Ah. Okay.
Ты вы... Удачи.
Yeah, so some of the most dangerous enemies in this zone part of the map, like the starting area, the bandits are kind of low tier, easy pickings, all things being relative. The bandits here, so in this area, so what enemies might encounter vary greatly from determined like where you are, okay, so from place to place. There's certain areas with this monolith, and the monolith are some of the most dangerous enemies. It's like a double-edged sword. But the monoliths are dangerous, not just because of the skill level, but because of the gear. So monoliths have high tier gear and armor, like really high level weapons and armor. And that's a double-edged sword because they're very dangerous. It's very hard to survive a gunfight with a monolith at this point in time. Now the double-edged sword is the high tier loot fetching high money when you sell the loot. And there's certain guns and gear that you can't find at traders that you can loot off of dead bodies. So for example, one of the things I'm looking for is the FNP90 5.7 weapons, the FN57 pistol and the FNP90 SMG. And I like bullet holes. So one of the what type of guns do I like in this game? High mag capacity guns, bullet hoses. And there's the PP-19 Bison has a helical command with like 64 rounds or something in this game. I like that one, especially after rechamber to 9x19 Parabellum makes it more powerful. The standard caliber is 9x18, but I like bullet holes, high mag capacity guns. And especially important because it's like if you're in the Ukraine and you're part of like a 6 or 12 man squad, it's like you run out of bullets, this other guy shooting, suppressing the enemy, engaging the enemy. But since you're alone here and you're fighting squads, like I'm one person and I end up fighting 6-man teams sometimes. It's like running out of bullets and need to be loading with a gunfight is just difficult. So it's better to have, if I have like 60 rounds, I'm more likely to be able to kill all the enemies before running out of bullets. And one thing you don't want to have happen is run out of bullets mid gunfight when you find 3-4 people shooting at you. So I like high mag capacity weapons. But it's like what I like about weapons in this game. But I like high mag cap. But this time I'm gonna try not to kill and save the game. Walk in, and I will remember how they will not come up the stairs. Maybe that's what I have to find out is I feel height. There is. Sometimes if you smash boxes, they have loot inside of them. That's an explosive barrel. Not looking to have this guy die, so I'm actually going to give him a band-aid and a first aid kit. Here sometimes there's an enemy up here. be aiming at something. Let's see something over there. So now this camera is like a capture thing. Let's try to get me some money.
Решил улучшить что? Или поломку исправить?
Someone will hide in the chat. Don't count on me checking the chat, especially on the streams like these. These will give me more money if I sell them to the other trader. A lot of money here. So I can buy this. 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 Got a lot of money, but I gotta buy some medical supplies to help me survive. Dinka. No. Get the morphine. Yes. think they might just hang out in this area for a while. Do some reading. I have it set to the fast travel setting so that I can only fast travel to locations I have visited before. So once I discover a place, I can fast travel there later. Now what I could is see if I can mutant. I could place the mutant population factor, see if that will make him stop producing mutant hunting missions. I'll try that. But the problem is, they will also produce more, have more controllers now, because they're very big and especially now. I might be addicted to one of the controllers.
Что пред... Так, что интересует?
So let's know. If I could acquire a sniper weapon, a weapon with an optic, that would help with them to clear the military checkpoint. It's a good weapon. Pretty cheap to make. I might try something really risky here. And that's to clear the military checkpoint. At this point, this station here. And that'll give me some money. For I know I'm gonna try this. Settings. Gameplay. they're making start producing beautiful pollution. So I'm gonna try now is clear the military. It's very dangerous because the military have high tier weapons and armor. And it'd be easy said and done to defeat them. Now what I want to do is try to sneak around, get into a defensive position and make it easier to take them all out. Have them come to me, advance my position and defend the choke point. Use that strategy. So normally how I can this military checkpoint is to have a weapon with an optic and engage it from great range. And now not having a weapon optic and not a lot of bullets, I'm intending to sneak into their camp and then get into a core defensive position and aim at the doorway and hope that they will come assault my position and complete them up one by one, defend the choke point. So we'll see if I can sneak past that. There's a guy with a machine gun, a static MG, and he's incredibly dangerous. He's got 12.62 by 54 bullets, which will zip right through it and take my vehicle. I'm gonna try to sneak past him here. Take some time. If he discovers me, that's a problem. This is a good like pocket SMG. This is a pistol full auto, high mag capacity, 27 rounds. And there's a guy right there. Now it's a static MG and he can't turn it backwards, which means he won't be a problem once I get behind him. And he's like, oh, he's field of fire. I don't think he can turn it over here, I'm not sure. So I'm still looking to not be detected here. Those toolkits fetch a lot of money out of them. There he is. Here we are. And what I'm going to try to do, is a guy right there, is to get in here. Can I reach him with a knife? I don't think so. Keep shooting. Strikes on, strikes landed. Get in here. See if they start coming over here. If not, I can try to pick them up from inside the window. Okay. That's what the name is.
Пристрелю! На тебе! На! Вали его, если высунется! Не убивай!
Hey. Reload.
Ну надо же.
So far so good. Save. Okay. Helmets don't weigh that much, and they weigh about 1-2 kilos, and not worth the inventory space. When moving, weight to money ratio matters. Example, economy is important in this game, economics. There's certain things that can help you. So what are some things that matter being successful in this game? Economics. A lot of it boils down to the economics. Because especially if you have like the most brutal settings. So it costs money to repair your armor, your outfit. So the less hits you take, the better, because it really is expensive to have a technician repair your armor. So from a certain perspective, it can make sense to spend more money on bullets and like spray and pray, because it's cheaper to spend bullets than money repairing armor from being hit. So if shooting a lot keeps from being hit, it can be less expensive to spend a lot of bullets and to spend a lot of money on medical supplies after you get hit and repairing armor. And another thing, weight to money ratio, which means as I'm looting here, all these things I can sell at a trade. So it's like, what is the weight to money ratio? And it's gonna differ. So for example, helmets are pretty heavy, about 2 kilos, and they don't give that much money. So it's better to pick up armor, disassemble it, and kill armor parts. And I'm getting more money for killing and working on armor than pick up helmets and killing them. But certain helmets can be more like high to moderate helmets as well. So it goes. Got one here. Can I do it? Nope. This weighs 4 kilos here. And I don't remember what it gives you. I could pick up one and go and check at the trader how much they give you for the helmet. This is that one. Let's pick up the other one. So I could do this type of helmet, that type of helmet. Run it back to the trader now. Sometimes after shooting one of the machine gunners, another guy in that room will go and reman it. So you have to be aware of that. The machine gun is the most dangerous guy, especially if you're approaching this position from the front. He's got a PKP, a PKM, but it's 762 by 54 or with a very powerful cartridge. It causes a lot of damage and it is penetrates up to like level 4 armor with the AP1. Now the standard ammo is level 3 of the penetration, but it causes a lot of damage. And he's got his no damage. Now if you shoot him, it's not like danger over. He decided to you can just have to shoot him and then you think he's dead. Well, he's dead, but there's a guy with the D next to the MD that will reload if he dies. So after 30 seconds something, there might be another guy that gets an MD just when you thought it was safe. So a way that I can make money here initially is to follow the military checkpoint. Go to sleep for 6 to 12 hours. Which will respawn it. It'll be fresh military because we ran at the outpost or like a base checkpoint. And I can be so easy. I go back there and kill him again. But with my current outfit, that's easy said and done. I'm gonna try sales and stuff here. I really would like to have
Что притащил?
like a sniper rifle. And typically the strategy I use to get a military checkpoint is to approach it from the front from this village with a powerful gun with a magnifying optic, and then pick them off from range. Now, given that I don't have a powerful weapon but an optic like a rifle or even a submachine gun with some length of barrel and stuff that helps with range and accuracy, what worked this time was the strategy I thought, let's try this, and it worked, where I snuck into the camp, engaged them one by one close range. It was a bit of alteration of tactics. I intended to get into their barracks, shoot from the window, thinking that possibly start advancing my position to assault it, and I'll be defending a choke point like a doorway, and shoot them one by one close range. Now they didn't really advance my position; they become picking them off one by one from the window. And it worked. So the strategy it worked. Don't jinx it. Maybe next time it won't work.
Так,
So let's
что
see.
интересует?
Helmet. Yeah, so as I said, 4.87 kilos, and he will only pay me 353 rubles for this. So 4 kilos. As compared to what? This rifle here, 1,081 rubles for 3 kilos. So this, carrying this around as loot to sell at a trader, it's 3.3 kilos. And I get 1,081 rubles, so 1k rubles for those 3 kilos. Versus if I carry around helmet, 4 kilos, 588 rubles. So the weight to money ratio with helmets is very low, which means I could carry one assault rifle I pick up. There's a limited amount of weight I can carry. See, max 74 kilos it says. So run around looting, picking up stuff. Eventually, well, you can't pick up anymore. So why would I carry around 4 kilos of this helmet and I get 588 rubles for those 4 kilos, and I can pick up 2 assault rifles, okay, or like 1 assault rifle, and I get twice as much money. So 3 kilos of an assault rifle gives me 1,000 rubles. 4 kilos of a helmet gives me 500 rubles. It's about half as much. So you learn with time, it's like what's worth picking up and carrying to a trader. What do I get from this? 576. I might actually get more money by disassembling the suit and going to a technician and selling the armor parts to him. Now, do this. It also matters. Like prices can matter. Some things are cheaper to buy at a certain trader, and some things one trader will give you more money for them than another one. And these are all things that you can learn with time. Unload, AK-105, detach scope. Another thing, unload. If you sell weapons to a trader, you don't get extra money from him if there's rounds in the magazine of the weapon, and you sell it with the mag. Okay, so you can sell bullets, so it's important to unload the magazines, and you can use the bullets or sell them. So same with attachments. If I pick up a weapon that has a suppressor and an optic on it and rounds in the magazine. Unload the magazine, detach the press, detach the optic, sell the weapon, and I can sell the bullets in the magazine. I can sell the suppressor and the sight. But if I sell a weapon with attachments on it and rounds in the chain in the magazine, I'm pretty sure, well, I'm almost sure that you don't get extra money for the attachments. He pays you like the standard weapon. It's like a certain weight. Like for an M4, you get this if it's in this condition. And if you sell with a suppressor on, I don't think you do more. I'm sure about the bullet thing. Whereas if you sell a weapon with a full magazine, it doesn't pay for the bullets in the magazine. So you can unload the magazine, sell the bullets, and then the weapon. So you can farm this checkpoint for 545 by 39 ammo. And if you know your military history, in the 70s, like the Cold War, countries would have full power battle rifle, like the battle rifle cartridge. We had the 30-06, 7.62 by 51 NATO, like the FN, FAL, the G3, H&K G3, and things like this. And the Russians would have some bolt, they had some weapons 7.62 by 54R, which would be their full power cartridge. After the Cold War era, military doctrine changed, and both Russia, like common countries, and the West changed to intermediate lighter cartridges. So the 5.56, the 2.23, 5.56, it's a lighter, it's an assault rifle cartridge. It's a lighter round, it hits less hard, but it's an advantage to flatter trajectory, well, than the 7.62 by 39. And Russians too. So they went from like full power 7.62 by 39. So the standard military rifles of like Russia would be 7.62 by 39, the AK-47, which is a heavy bullet, pretty powerful. And so it's like the weight, once again, real life now, is you can carry less rounds per soldier and you can fit less rounds per magazine. So the rounds take up more space because they're bigger, heavier, take up more weight. So they switched to 5.45 by 39, which the AK-74 uses. So the AK-47 uses 7.62 by 39. The AK-74 uses 5.45 by 39. And the 5.45 by 39 has a flatter trajectory, which means less holdover. And like less holdover, which means you have to aim less high above your target at range to hit it. That's the holdover, which means with a 9x19, like an MP5, up to 50 meters. It's like if you aim center mass, you hit the torso. Okay? Now, if you're shooting at 100 meters with an MP5, same with 9x19, you might have to aim quite far above the head to hit the head because the bullet goes up and then starts going down. So with a lighter passenger projectile, you get a flatter trajectory, like the FN57. And another advantage is each soldier can load more rounds with it if the round is lighter. So anyway, this military checkpoint, it's kind of good loot for me. I can go to sleep now, have the military checkpoint reset, go there and loot it again. And that's a way for me to get money. I'm going to be disassembling these ones, unload each time. Unload. If I want to, I could hang on to this. No, we're going to sell it. And I'm actually gonna buy some more. These other ball brands. So here we go. This rack is Satan. So these toolkits that you pick up as all enemies, they really give a lot of money if you sell them to the right trader. And the weight to money ratio is good with that. So if I sell this to a technician, it will give me a lot of money. So I will bear that in mind, 500 views or so for this. And I gotta go check how much the old form will give me. And actually I can fast travel with it, I should be able to. Let's see. Go fast travel here though. There's a bread money fuel test, which is only like iconic handguns. A lot of 90s action movies would have this side of it. At least a lot of 90s action movies. It's kind of like an iconic final. There's a dead guy there. Whoa, hold on. What are you shooting? When it rains, it pours, but the more I say. But sometimes, here's another thing about this game that's cool. There's something called A-Life, which means, depending on your settings. Where it's not that it's like it's only when you arrive somewhere that things start happening. You can have it so that there's NPCs that are walking around. So it's like an NPC that I meet here, you just wait. It's like he walks around, he goes over here. He might end up in a firefight somewhere. But it's like real life, there's things happening. A lot of games like this, things are only happening around the player. Whereas with A-Life, these NPCs are actually doing something other places in the game. And sometimes you can arrive, it's like you hear gunfire in the distance, you run towards the gunfire. When you arrive, it's like dead bodies on the ground. And you can loot them, which means there were people actually having gunfights, NPC on NPC. And a lot of times games they have like, as you arrive in somewhere, you kind of spawn in NPCs as things start happening on just for you to see. It's like if they're forcing the force, then there's things to do this, that's still happening. Also, you blood out. So another thing is sometimes somebody gets hit and they kind of stagger, and sometimes it's like there's a delay, like a lag, where if you lead them for a few seconds, they fall down from blood loss. This guy is dead. Okay. Sometimes they do get on the ground thing. Sometimes they find somebody to do the ground and get a medkit.
Чем тебе помочь?
Найдешь какие детали для апгрейда? Подтаскивай.
Oh shit. I just alt tabbed, but that's not what I was trying to do. At first I thought it was a game crash. Cheap ammo. Pizza. So let's check it, okay. This trader, 540. And if I sell that to this trader, so there's like gun parts and gun maintenance and gear maintenance equipment, gun parts, armor parts, toolkits. Technicians pay most of those. So here, North give me 944 for this. The other trader give me 540. and the gun ports. Color monitor ports. The game continues. This guy's got a bolt action Carbine 98 Kurt as a World War II German bolt action rifle. Now does he have an optic for it? By suppressor. After modification, which means I had to modify it to be a mono suppressor, so this is a pretty good gun, especially if I'm on a PU scope on it. I can use this to put the checkpoint from range. I wanted to, but does he have a PU scope? It's got no scopes. This gun is good too, Type 63. Better than the SKS. You can also rechamber it to 7.62x54. I like to use 9mm weapons with 8 ammo has good enough penetration. Even enemies with high armor, it will stagger them. So I'm buying these so I can sell it to a guy. They give me a lot of money for the garbage trader. Might buy a backpack and set up a stash here. brush here. Save. Let's take a break.
Вечер по стеклу размазан, на десерт дают стриптиз. Раздеваются не сразу, снизу вверх и сверху вниз. Ах, какая, ух, какая! Языки сощупали, в яркий свет себя макая, и глазенки щелками. Шансонетка, заведенная юла. Шансонетка, не до углей, не до зла, выгорает, как курочка. Дурочка. Не ступлю с тобой в метро я, и не убежусь пешком. Здесь ползала землю роет, норовит крепнуть мешком. И ни слез тебе, ни страха, ни влечения к рублю. Ну давай еще ползмаха, я тебя почти люблю. Шансонетка, заведенная юла. Шансонетка, не до углей, не до зла, выгорает, как курочка. Дурочка. Но чего не будет точно, ни по просьбе, ни на спор. Самый дыхание ночи, самый шапошный разбор. Передушен, напомажен, зябко окунаясь в дым. Твой окурок рядом ляжет с недокуренным моим. Шансонетка, заведенная юла. Шансонетка, не до углей, не до зла, выгорает, как курочка. Дурочка. Заведенная юла. Шансонетка, не до углей, не до зла, выгорает, как курочка. Дурочка. Шансонетка, заведенная юла. Шансонетка, не до углей, не до зла, выгорает, как курочка. Дурочка.
I just made some TikTok videos.
сам уже только так свою бригаду сколочу. Бугров заделаюсь и сам командовать буду. Ёлы-палы. Не, у меня сейчас в натуре бэбок без голодухи в узлы завяжутся. Вот природа, ёп! Шмотки, походу, обсохнуть не успевают. Ноги постоянно мокрые. Ёхана баба, заманала уже голодным бегать. Давать охота.
Look at the bottom left corner. My character was hungry there. It's like not an icon.
Остальных каких пошмалять, а то скукотища. Нету, блядь, жизни в натуре, нигде нет. В городе менты шмана, тут салабоны они. И какого я сюда полез? Скачковал бы себе по-старому на районе и все.
Maybe go for this. Yeah. You're watching Mike Saha live. I'll get back to playing. Okay, so what do you do now? Go to sleep. Check these. Need to- Oh shit. Well, there's of course might be another guy here. Well, he was dead, so.
Фрейра повалили! Пацаны! Ну, подорвали, пацаны!
The hell? And that's the end of the run. Hell. No, I just died. So what I can do, start a new one. Start a new one here. Instead of starting a whole new stream to start a new run. If I start another one, it will still be part one of the new one. So this is the part where I'm starting a new one. Ta-da! Yeah, I'll start a new one. Same goes for this one as the previous one. See if I haven't changed the mutant population factor to 0.75 will make the mutant killing mission appear in this village. See if I do OMAD or TUMAD today. Yesterday I said I might do TUMAD, but I did OMAD. Still doesn't have it on. I see.
Здорово, рад тебя видеть. Ну чё? Так, что интересует?
So what's the point? This song actually gonna make it.
Ветришься, заходи.
Well, I need that.
виноват, что ли?
Oh, shit.
Научишься говорить, подваливай. Нафиг ствол! Слушай, у меня отдел по горло. Говори давай.
Решил... Найдешь какие детали для апгрейда? Подтаскивай, помозгуем.
А.
Решил... Извини, если... Извини, если не сильно помог.
Wait there. My wife called me to say goodnight. Okay, baby, you can say hello to them now. That's my beautiful wife. I gotta say goodnight to her. I'll be back soon. That's going to be another video. Gonna break my fast.